Now, many of you know I've spent a good deal of time in China. In the lead up to when COVID hit the fan, I was in China for a month at a time, 9 times over the previous 2 years. I would go for a whole month shooting and doing stuff, come back, be home for about 6 weeks, go back and forth a lot. So I have to say that I have a pretty clear view of what China is like currently. And I'd been there, of course, before a few times, so I could make a contrast to say what it was like in 2001 versus where it's been going, where it is kind of now. Obviously, COVID threw a giant monkey wrench in China's relationship with the entire world, and in the process of hearing people talk about China, I'm always, as someone who speaks Chinese and knows the culture very well initially, and then also what it is like politically now and the drastic difference between those two things, that when I hear people talk about China, it's adorable. Most of the time, the conversation I hear is like brutally naive or based on a talking point from 15 years ago. We're vacillating between it. Unless, of course, you're Sean Hannity. In which case, what you're going to do is whatever makes China look brilliant, strong, powerful, and great, and Biden look weak and terrible, and America is getting shortchanged and is shitty because your guy lost and you're no longer related to the party in power. So you've downshifted into shit on America, which is where he is. So here we go. I have not watched any of these clips, as I do not. No one needs to watch Hannity twice. Ask his wife. Sorry, ex. Anyways, let's see. This one's called Hannity. Biden got bullied by China. See that? There you go. That's the title of this. This is Fox News' own site. This is a clip they chose. It is 4 minutes and 41 seconds long. 4 minutes, 42 seconds? No. They had to slice off that extra second. We don't know why, either at the beginning or the end. But he wants us to know that there is absolutely, let's see, let me see if I can, there's a little bit of red in the beginning of this thing. There you go. So this is from the very beginning. If you want to sum up what happened, and you want Sean Hannity's take on how the Biden-Xi video, the Zoom summit went, you're gonna tune in to Sean Hannity, and he's gonna tell you, and this is gonna be his opinion.
Now, we will be debating in a moment the repulsive conduct of the media mob during this entire trial as the show unfolds tonight. But first, in other news, we do turn to the White House for more of what was another disastrous and, frankly, humiliating day, a few days, actually, for Joe Biden.
Yeah, so he's coming off of a Rittenhouse clip. So the beginning of this is, about 10 seconds of him talking about the last story. Nice editing, guys. Congratulations, Fox News, and whoever at Fiverr gets the contract.
It all started with a Zoom call featuring the hostile...
Biden gets bullied, featuring the hostile regime. This is the picture, by the way. And anybody in my chat room know why she didn't come to America for this, or we didn't go to some other third country for this? Or did anybody know? Because she won't leave China right now, because he's afraid that if he leaves, something awful will happen and he'll never get back in. Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Of China, its hostile dictator, President Xi. The call was anything but productive.
Chairman. He's not the president. But, if you want to elevate the chairman of the Communist Party to the level of a democratically elected representative, Sean, that's up to you.
Biden seemingly bullied, strong-armed on every single issue. Biden never...
On every single issue.
Mentioned the origins of COVID-19. He failed to address China's hostile activity in the Pacific Ocean.
Did he? He failed to address China's hostile actions in the South China. He did. Let's see. He failed to address. He didn't address it. He didn't address it. He didn't. That never came up. He didn't. No, he didn't. Sean, he doesn't. He hasn't done anything. Let's see. In 4 hours, you have all of it written down. Do you? You were there for all of it. Were you, Sean? You were there the whole time. So I'm sure Sean Hannity could explain the AUKUS agreement to all of us. Let's see. China. Let me see if I get a newest one. Let's see, news. He didn't mention that, Sean. He didn't mention that the U.S. and Japanese are holding anti-sub drills in the South China Seas. He didn't bring that up. What? I'm sorry. He didn't just whip his dick out and lay it on the table at any point. He didn't. Sean, he didn't bring up any of those things? He didn't? Huh. Let's see if there's any. Let's see. I'm gonna try to grab one more thing. Oh, I know what I want to look at. Hold on. American soldiers, Taiwan. I don't know why you know. Whoops. Hold on. Typo. Sorry, typo. Making something come up. Sean, he didn't bring this up? He didn't. Not in the 4 hours. The whole 4 hours. He didn't tell him like where our troops are or where our ships are or what drills we're participating. He didn't give him a latitude and longitude strike targets like Trump did. No, he didn't bring up anything. You sure?
To stand up for Taiwan amid the never-ending threats of forced, quote, reunification. The New York Times referred to it as little more than polite words, still a...
Yeah, because this is not the act of diplomacy. They're talking about minor trade shit and climate. They're not expecting this to be turned into something. File this under, we gotta say we tried.
Following the call, then China...
Here you go. Fox News. It's always good, I think, good form to quote your own channel. Right, Sean? That's what I do. China claims Biden denounced Taiwan independence but warns U.S. is playing with fire. Uh-huh.
In the U.S. and accused us of playing with fire over any tepid support of Taiwan. Communist China is a hostile actor, a malignant regime. Joe Biden is too pathetically weak. I believe the Biden family...
Dude, this sounds like CCP talking points. Straight up. Listen to what this fucker is saying. I mean, how about this, Sean? How about you just call it a day, save your vocal cords, and just go suck off Xi right now?
Compromised, hence the Hunter Biden zero experience $1.5 billion deal with the Bank of China and the $100,000 shopping spree with a Chinese national. And by the way,
Steve Bannon, Chinese national private yacht, nothing? Okay.
This president is unable to hold China accountable for anything.
Oh, I see. So AUKUS was started under Trump then, was it? I mean, obviously Trump could have, right? Trump could have started the AUKUS agreement. He could have lined up the Quad. He didn't. Why not? That's weird.
Weakness guarantees that Taiwan, in all likelihood, will be taken over by the Communist Chinese government, and Joe won't lift a finger to do a thing.
Yeah, is that what you're telling him? Are you on a Zoom call with China right now, Sean? No, we're not going to lift a finger. No. We will in Australia and England and Japan. We all have ships in the area, fucko. But keep telling them this, right? While you're at it, why don't you just tell everyone in South America that the border's open?
A few hours ago, Joe sauntered off to New Hampshire for a rally and was greeted by a rousing crowd, huge crowd, a Trumpian-like crowd. Take a look.
A huge crowd. I think it was a Build Back Better, or I mean an infrastructure event about a bridge. Look at this political ad. What the fuck does that mean? Oh, they're borrowing this from footage someplace. What is it? Biden greeted by tepid applause.
Thank you.
More Secret Service agent than there were people around a.
Sean, is it upsetting that the bill passed? Is this what's bugging you? Are you mourning the end of Infrastructure Week? Is that what we're seeing?
And people managed to turn out to see the president, who pulled out all the stops in his speech. He tried the usual whispering Joe, the screaming Joe, the lecturing Joe, the scolding Joe.
He didn't try. It didn't occur to him to just. Did he do repronouncing words?
The Burmese executives. So this Burmese, they say, pronounce it Burmese.
Did he talk at all about?
I had to beat off.
He didn't say that. He got everyone's name right. Did he? Did he just? Why couldn't he just walk up there and go?
Maga, maga, maga.
You know what I mean?
Maga, maga, maga.
Yeah, it's easy.
Maga, maga, maga.
Yeah, super easy.
Bizarre jokes Joe and stories that make no sense at all. Cognitively deficient Joe did it all in one speech. Take a look.
If I hear one more person tell me how Wall Street built America, I think I'm going to anyway. But seriously, the middle class built this country, and they've been left out. Trickle-down economics does not work. To rebuild the economy from the bottom up and the middle out is what I wanted to do. Of the listed billionaires in America, you know how much money they made in the last 4 years? $1 trillion. I'm a capitalist. You want to be a billionaire and a millionaire? That's great. Good for you. But pay your fair share. 400 corporations, 550 corporations in the Fortune 500. Guess what? I misspoke. 55 corporations of the Fortune 500 made $40 billion last year. Did not pay one single penny in taxes. Who pays it? Y'all pay it, as they say in Southern Delaware. Y'all do.
Hey, Joe, because of your economic policies, your energy policies, your border policies, you know who's paying, quote, more than their fair share, that can't afford $1.50 more for gas, $1,000 more to heat
not Sean.
Home this winter, paying more for every item they buy in every store? That would be the poor and the middle class, because your policies are failing.
Well, but they did get extended UI, part of the rescue package, to keep the businesses that they're part of afloat, which are small businesses. And of course, the infrastructure bill is going to guarantee jobs for a lot of them. Rising wages have actually outpaced inflation this year, including the rise. And you assholes are saying year over year because you want to measure Trump's dick from starting at his butthole.
The answer, your only salvation, your only solution, go back to the Trump policies that were working, because all of us are paying for your bad policy.
Yeah, that's right. All of our taxes are paying for bad policies, like the replacement of that bridge that's unsafe to drive on.
We're paying more at the pump, more at the grocery store, drugstore, Home Depot, Lowe's, you name it.
I don't know. We'll have to talk to Ben Shapiro. Has he tried to buy 2 boards for the price of 1?
More, but one overpaid MSDNC host says Americans need to suck it up and stop complaining. Stop complaining. Take a look.
The dirty little secret here, Willie, while nobody likes to pay more, on average, we have the money to do so. Household savings hit a record high over the pandemic. We didn't really have anywhere to go out and spend.
I'm sorry.
Now,
Sean, hey, asshole. First of all, can I just say this video, 4 minutes and 41 seconds long, 10 seconds of Kyle Rittenhouse at the beginning. Title of the video. This is Fox naming their own fucking video. Biden got bullied by the Chinese. How far in did we get? We literally got, this was it. Biden gets bullied. Starts right here. Let's see. Here we go. Trouble in Paradise, which is weird. At 20 seconds in, he starts the China part. They do one thing, a Fox News reference, and he's out by the 1 minute mark. 40 seconds of this 4 minutes and 40-second clip is about the Zoom call. It doesn't play anything from the Zoom call. He only quotes a headline from Fox News, his own fucking network's website, and asserts the entire time that this is, that he got bullied, it was terrible, nothing, he didn't stand up on Taiwan, none of this shit, which is not true. It's fundamentally not true. He knows it's not true. It's so not true, he could only squeeze 40 seconds of this clip about China out of it. That's it. The rest of it is about the speech Biden gave on infrastructure. He dovetails towards inflation, and then he's got to jump on fucking Stephanie Rule at the end. Social Security's up 5.9%. It's nearly where we are as far as inflation in this general idea, because that's the CPI increase. And seriously, and there's 20 more seconds on there. Is this not like the laziest fucking... I mean, I understand Hannity is massively rich from this show. I understand he makes $30 million a year from this bullshit. I understand he works 40 minutes a night. But even this is phoning it in on a scale that I think shocks even us. Christ almighty. Just lazy. Fucking lazy. So, that, needless to say, I like I said, I didn't pre-watch that. So I was expecting to have to do more pushback on this story. Honest to God, I thought there'd be more about it. He bails on it within a minute of the opening of this. He's literally out, and that doesn't include the Rittenhouse shit he does at the top, the 8 or 10 seconds there. Yeah, it's clickbait. It's just fucking... I'm kind of amazed. Now, granted, Sean Hannity doesn't know about anything outside of New York City, much less in the rest of the fucking country. This asshole is concerned about the fact that he shared a lawyer with Trump, and that he's one of these guys who has to constantly give Trump a rusty trombone so that the maggots stick to him and Tucker and Laura in the evenings. But I mean, maybe this is it. Maybe this is the $30 million recipe. Maybe this is all maggots need. Seriously. Yeah, Hannity does not pump his own gas. He doesn't drive to fucking work. And if he does, is what is he, drive into New York before he takes a car to the show? Good Lord.